I know that Dark Tony is a very emotive issue, and Tony has his flaws, and we will deal with that, especially regarding Dana, real soon. However, we will just be going with the information. And I realize some people who sub to me sub to Dark Tony, so I want to get through the basics very quickly to get into the more interesting speculations. And I will admit these are speculations because we really don't know what is happening. So, what are the essentials? Well, basically, Liz, who is part of the SPTV community, and Vanessa have a very tangled past together. It appears that Vanessa was stealing from Liz, as well as lying and deceiving some other SPTV people that she used to be much more friendly with, and now Vanessa is much more in the background. It gets even more problematic and crazy because Vanessa received money from the Aftermath Foundation. The exact amount is not known, but it could run into the thousands of dollars, and that is pretty crazy that she's receiving all this money and for questionable reasons. And this may have been approved by Claire Headley. There's no way Claire cannot be aware of some of what is occurring here. She's the president, and professionally, she's a bookkeeper. So her job is to keep an eye on the money. And again, we don't want to exaggerate. The Aftermath Foundation has a little bit of money, just about $200,000. So it's not a huge amount of money. But again, for a person who wants just thousands of dollars without any questions, it's a nice little fund. Now, at this point, apparently, Vanessa is getting the money, but there are stipulations, and they're being more careful with what they give her. The obvious problem here is should she be given money at all? Maybe, maybe not. Again, maybe she is entitled to the money, but clearly the reason they paid her is because she was friends with Aaron, friends with other people, like Liz, but their relationship soured. This kind of puts both Aaron and Claire, as well as Rinder, in a weird situation. If they gave her money mainly because she was a friend of Aaron, then technically this is more Aaron's scandal. And Aaron, as far as I know, has not clarified what is going on with Vanessa. They seem to speak to one another in the past. Now, don't really talk about her. And Aaron does, as he likes to boast, quote, promote other channels that he's friendly with. But Vanessa has kind of dropped off the radar. She just isn't talked about very much. They don't really talk about her anymore. Wonder why not? So this goes to the question of what is the Aftermath Foundation doing with this money? It could be they are still mainly helping people, but no doubt about it, they are doing payoffs to friends. Now that Aaron has his own foundation, again, people don't want to believe this or hear this, but we're probably going to get the same pattern that yes, a lot of the funds will go where it should. They will be helping people, but then suspiciously, a lot of money is going to be going to friends and family and other people for good or bad reasons and a lack of transparency. Also, good or bad, the Aftermath Foundation is a charity. It is a 501. Aaron's charity is slightly different, as a slightly different corporate structure. It may not have the same rules or even the same demands of transparency. Just a lot of alarming questions. But what is the game here? I would assume that maybe Claire gave the money in order to have some control or use Vanessa. Don't want to go too far. They're using her as a spy or anything like that. However, it is rather suspicious that why would Claire Headley help her? Again, Claire has her own agenda. As far as I know, they don't really have much of a past together. I can understand with John and Mike Rinder, Claire is just acting out of self-interest. Helping them helps her, but why Vanessa? So this could just be a final favor to Aaron, and once they did that, they just had a meeting and said, okay, we just can't keep helping Aaron's friends because eventually we're going to get found out. We're giving all these suspicious payments. And again, technically, legally, they shouldn't be doing it. So all kinds of very alarming questions with the Aftermath Foundation. But again, technically, this may be a more Aaron scandal. And it is pretty serious stuff. She is guilty of stealing, lying, cheating, and apparently she's now been informally exiled from the SPTV community. So a lot of question marks, and it'd be nice to have clarity, but as far as I know, Aaron to date has not answered these questions. And definitely the Headleys are not going to answer questions, but we should ask these questions about why were you helping Vanessa, how much money, what was the purpose, and what is the justification? With this new charity starting, no doubt about it, we're probably going to have some new scandals, like it or not.